know the why human trafficking work is needed, to fight for the freedom of modern-day slaves. But love, passion, commitment isn't all you need to be an effective and successful anti-trafficking advocate. Learn the how. I'm Dr. Celia Williamson, Director of the Human Trafficking and Social Justice Institute at the University of Toledo. Welcome to the Emancipation Nation podcast, where I'll provide you with the latest and best methods, policy, and practice discussed by experienced experts in the field so that you can cut through the noise, save time, and be about the work of saving lives. Welcome to the Emancipation Nation. This is episode 154, and today I have a special guest. I see her all the time. It's our own Anna Schramm, and she is our International Human Trafficking and Social Justice Conference planner. So welcome, Anna.
Hey, Celia.
So let's talk a little bit about the upcoming conference. This is the 19th year, and that's amazing because we are only 20 years old. So, amazing.
Yes, yeah. How have we planned 19 conferences when we can only be 20 years old?
I mean, we're geniuses. So talk a little bit about this year's conference. Like, what's so special about the 19th annual conference coming up? And when is it at, by the way?
Yeah, so this is our 19th year. Very exciting. It is September 21st through the 23rd. So we are just over 2 months away. Time is flying. It is going to be hosted virtually again this year. So this will be our third year that we've had a virtual conference, which is, I know some people are wanting to go back to being in person, but doing our virtual conference has really let us expand our audience over the past 3 years. And so now, over the 19 years, we've had thousands of people who've come from all 50 states and from 47 countries around the world. So really excited to see those numbers keep growing. I know last year we added 7 new countries to our total. So I'm excited to see how that keeps growing and how we just keep expanding. So what makes this one different or new or exciting? I mean, I feel like we always up the game every year. And I say this every year, but every year it's true. This is our largest conference to date. So we have 110 breakout sessions that you guys can choose from over the 3-day conference, which is so many. So within that 110, we have 175 presenters who are going to be in those breakout sessions. Some of those are just single presenters. We've got a couple like co-presenters, and then we've got a couple panels of presenters who are talking. So it's going to be an amazing conference, and I'm really excited for this year.
I can't believe 115. That's like, our main complaint every year is that, I can't attend all of them. It's hard to choose. I mean, that's a great complaint to have, but what have we done this year? And I think last year too, to mitigate that.
Yeah. So we did start it last year and we're doing it again this year, which is, a great thing about being virtual is that you can access all of the recorded presentations that happen live. You can watch them for up to 3 weeks on our virtual conference platform. So you do have to register for the conference to be able to have access to those recorded sessions. I was actually just talking to somebody today who they thought that they wouldn't even be able to attend any of the live conference. And I was like, well, still register because that's way you can have access to all of the sessions. And I think that's until 1, 2, 3 weeks. So that's October 14th. You can have access to all of those sessions. So really exciting. I mean, you can watch them, on the weekends and the evenings. If you wanted to watch all 110 sessions, you could watch all 110 sessions if you wanted to. But so I guess it is a good complaint to have. It's hard to choose from, but choose the one you want to attend live and then go back and watch the recorded sessions.
I know, I'm so excited. I feel like we have turned into some sort of mini Netflix. Like people could binge watch us.
Binge watch the conference. Yes.
I mean, that is awesome. So, and then, if I binge watch 54 hours or, 25 hours or whatever, will I get continuing education credits for the number of hours that I watch, or how's that work?
Yeah, that's a great question. So, to back up just a little bit, we do offer continuing education credits in 10 different disciplines. So, this is a great way, to kind of kill two birds with one stone. You get to learn great information from experts all over the world, but then you can also earn the continuing education that you need for your discipline, your license, whatever it is. So, we offer social work, counseling, marriage and family therapy, chemical dependency, Department of Developmental Disabilities, occupational therapy, public health, health education, nursing, and law.
Yeah, and she just memorized that. She didn't read that from I don't know how you
count them on my 10. I count them on my 10 fingers. I know there's 10, and I've said them so many times that I know them. So yeah, those are all the ones that you can get. And so going back to your question, if you watch, 25, 54, 100 hours, can you get CEs for all of that? No, you cannot. We only offer up to 12 continuing education credits because that is what you would get if you were in the live conference. And then that's what we've been approved for through those boards. So at the live conference, you can earn up to 4 CEs a day. So then, 4 of 3 days, that's 12. But let's say you signed a conference and you could only attend 9 sessions live because you had work meetings, you had to go somewhere early. Then you can go back and watch, 3 more sessions for credit. Then you can get your full 12 units that you signed up for. And then, if there's any others that you want to watch just to learn that information. But yeah, there is a limit with the CEUs. Unfortunately, we cannot offer you 100 CEUs. But yeah, you can get up to 12 with that.
Yeah, too bad. You could get 100 CEUs and just be good with your license for the next 10 years or something.
Right.
So
not sure if it works that way, yeah. But
so what's the cost of the conference?
Yeah, we have a couple different types of registration. So for our general registration, you can either register for 1, 2, or 3 days, depending on how many you can attend. So for the whole 3-day conference for general attendance is $225. We've really tried hard to keep it low as we can and pretty manageable for people. As you know, conferences can get expensive, especially cost of virtual conference. So it's $225 for the 3-day. If you only want to come 2 days, it's $165, and then 1 day is $85. But we also have a couple other different ways you can save. We have a group discount. So if you're coming with a group of 4 or more people, you can get 15% off of your conference registration, which, every dollar adds up. So that's pretty good. And then if you are a college student, because we know college students are poor,
yes,
you can, we have a significant discount for college students, and they have their own registration options. So 3 days for a college student, that is anyone from undergrad, grad school, doctoral program. So if you're any type of student, you qualify for this. And it's $75 for the 3 days. So that is, what's that math? $150 savings. So pretty good savings. And then, if you only want to attend 1 day, that's just $35. So we've got some options there. And then we do offer free registration scholarships to any survivors of trafficking. So we have a lot of survivors who attend our conference for free. I've already had dozens of survivors sign up for free this year. And it's a really great opportunity for survivors to connect with fellow survivors from across the country, from their own state, from across the world. So if you are a survivor, you can attend for free. So if you're listening to this, if you're a survivor, or if you are someone who works with survivors, please let them know they can attend for free and we can get them registered for the conference.
let's talk a little bit about some of the special guests that we might have attending. I mean, all the guests are special to us. We have
Right.
175 of the most knowledgeable and the most special. But
Yes.
in terms of just national and global reputation and awareness, who do we have coming that sort of holds those positions?
Yeah, I am really excited about this. This is another thing that makes our 19th annual conference a bit special. So, we are going to be having Corey Feldman.
Okay, wait, stop.
I know, right?
Okay.
Right?
Okay. Now, if you all remember Goonies, Stand By Me. Yeah, and he did do a reality show with Corey Haim for a while too.
Mhm.
It was a while ago. But if you don't know who Corey Feldman is, or it's on the tip of your tongue, please go back, watch Goonies, watch Stand By Me. It's a good
One of
time.
the most famous 80s child stars that
Yes,
there is.
megastar. And
Yeah.
he's so awesome because he has been fighting child sexual abuse for many decades as a survivor himself. Just have been fighting that battle in Hollywood to keep children who want to be actors and entertainers protected. I mean, I think that the work that he's been doing is awesome. So he is coming. He's volunteering his own time, right, to come and talk to us about the work that he's doing, and to maybe get some advocates on board to take on the issue that he's passionate about. So I think that's very cool.
Yeah, I'm really excited. The first time that we were like on a video call with him, I was trying not to freak out, but I was like, oh my gosh, Corey Feldman is actually going to be at our conference. And not just him, but we also have Chris Hansen, who, if
Yes.
you are familiar with, he did To Catch a Predator back in the day,
Yes,
which is
he
probably
did.
his most famous one. I know he's done some other TV shows as well, but I mean,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
going to be a huge one.
Oh, and To Catch a Predator, I watched every week. And
Yeah.
every week, these silly men would fall for the bait, the trick
Silly
every
men,
time.
right. Yeah.
And they would just haul them off to jail every single time. And it was just really at that time, I think, opened our eyes to what the prevalence, like what was happening and who was involved. And I promise you, if you go back and watch those, it was everybody from, I mean, profession didn't matter. These were people from all types of professions who knew they were talking to underage youth and were intent on engaging sexually abusing actually these young people, and would show up where the police were right there to haul them off to jail. And Chris Hansen, of course, in his courageous self, would just walk up to them and try talking to them and putting a microphone in their face in one of their most embarrassing moments in life. And it was truly entertaining and a social justice movement in and of itself. So I'm so thrilled that he's going to come and talk about what he's been up to lately, and also ask for some support from people who might want to get involved in what he does.
Yeah, he's going to be joined by Jeff Janney, who's the CEO of Authentic ID, which is something new that they've been working on, and it's a solution to stop online predators. So yeah, that'll be really interesting to hear more about that. And then speaking of like online tech world stuff, one of our other special guests, her name is Crystal Rose Pierce, and she is the CEO and founder of Make Sense Labs. She also has a million other qualifications. She's like the up and coming person in like cryptocurrency, blockchain world, all of these terms that really go over my head, but I'm really excited that she is on our side and is in this fight. So she's going to be talking about how blockchain can help organizations track where their money goes for charities and making an impact, and kind of explain all of this new stuff that's going on in the crypto world and
That's
blockchain.
right. So all you techie people, you may have heard her name if you're into crypto or blockchain. I mean, I hear she talks to governments, government leaders. I mean, she's a big deal if you run in those crowds. And so she's another one who's volunteering her time to come and talk to us about how we can get on board with this new wave. I mean, we've got to get on board with what's happening in the crypto blockchain world, because there are funds there, there's philanthropists there. There are ways that they could be involved in helping us further our missions in the area of social justice and anti-trafficking work. So I'm excited, to be a student and learn from her about how I can get involved in this new world.
Yeah, same. Just kind of bring the anti-trafficking and social justice movement up to, where the world is heading and going, because we get left have important things that we need, money and work on. And so, I'm excited about her. And then finally, the person who kind of really started this and brought all of these people to us is Kai Zen-Bickel. And he has been an amazing person, an amazing partner in this fight. He is the son of Peter Nygaard, who is the Canadian fashion mogul who's recently been charged with many counts of sex trafficking and sex abuse for his crimes in Canada, the United States, the Bahamas. And when Kai found out about his, father's abuses, he rejected his, claim to fame. He rejected his father's inheritance and was very adamant about working in the anti-trafficking, sex abuse field, and reached out to us on how he could get involved. And we have been partnering with him and trying to, pass new legislation to fix loopholes in, corrupt justice systems. And he's brought all of these people that we just mentioned to us. And so we're grateful to have his partnership. And, he's going to talk again about what he's passionate about, and hope to get some people on his side.
And he's just a really awesome guy, a great, genuine spirit and heart, and, walked away from the fame and the fortune to say there are more things are more important in the world than the fortune and the fame. And so it's just somebody of great moral character who is looking out for people who are vulnerable and very much doing the work that needs to be done. And so, right, he's responsible for bringing our two worlds together with these well-known celebrity type folks, as well as him, to come together to just, work on this issue and collaborate. So he is our very special guest, and we're working on legislation, like you said, to close these loopholes, and it's going to be amazing. So that is, that's what we've been up to. I mean, this little something. I don't know what y'all been up to, but
right,
hanging out with people who have traveled the world. And
no big deal. Corey Feldman, had to drop the name again. I'm sorry.
I know. Even when Corey Feldman said, and Celia, this, I just thought I was real cool, but I just thought Corey Feldman just said my name.
Right. See, I was like, okay, I think Corey Feldman knows our names. This is so cool.
I know. It's so amazing. So, but really all of them, I think in my heart of hearts right now, I mean, Kai is my grand celebrity, just because of the way that he has conducted himself and all that he's given. I mean, he's working day and night on this issue now. And so he's just wonderful. So tell us, what's going on structurally with the conference. I mean, we've had some changes in that area as well. So can you tell us what we can expect this year?
Yeah. So every year that we've been virtual, we've tried to continue to improve our virtual conference platform in a way that is most engaging for the audience, but also, not spending six figures on a virtual conference platform. So, we have, if you have attended our conference in the past, you may be familiar with our conference web app. That's what we call it, where all of our information for the conference is, where you can RSVP to your sessions. You get to view all of the like webinar links and things like that. We have virtual vendor booths where you can go in and see what people are doing. There's ones that are about resources. If people have resources that they want to share, if people are selling products that you want to buy, you can go in and check out all of their information. Also, if you want to be a vendor and share your information, or if you're connected to a place that sells products that go back to benefit vulnerable populations, we are still accepting vendors. So go onto our website to fill out that vendor application. So you can view all of that on our conference web app. We also have virtual art exhibits of amazing youth artists, survivor and thriver artists, artists who are connected to the mental health field. So really exciting stuff. But new this year that I am really excited about as we continue, to kind of bring the virtual conference make our worlds as connected as possible, because you miss out on those networking opportunities when you're at a virtual conference as compared to being in an in-person conference. And I know it's still not the same, but we're trying our best. So we have a conference directory, which is new this year. So when you are making your profile on the web app, you can upload information about yourself, a little bio, your picture, what organization you work with. And then that information is then shared in this conference directory where you can go in and search other conference attendees. You get to view their picture, their profile, where they're from in the world. Maybe they're from the same city as you and you had no idea, and you can connect, or they're in a different state or a different country. And you can actually send them a direct message through our conference virtual platform. So if you connected with somebody on one of the webinars but didn't get to talk to them enough, you can go find them in the directory, continue your conversation. Or if there was a presenter who you really liked, who you want to maybe have a more in-depth conversation, you can go and message them on our conference directory. So I think it's going to be just a new way for people to connect and collaborate, and I'm excited to see what conversations, what new ideas, what new programs, policies are going to come from, people being able to communicate on this conference directory.
Oh, that's so cool. I love that. No, but what if I'm a survivor, and let's say I don't want to share my information? Can I bypass that step, or can I make up a name? What can help protect me?
Yeah, that's a great question. So it is totally an opt-in process. If you don't want to be a part of the conference directory, you do not have to. You can just, opt out of that when you're going and creating your profile on our conference web app. Or if you want to create your profile and just have like your name and where you work, like your organization, just some general stuff, you don't have to include a picture. You don't have to include a bio. So it's kind of like pick and choose. If you don't want to do it at all, you don't have to. If you want to upload everything, you can. If you want to only do like your name so people can still message you, that's totally fine. But if you opt out of it, then you are not able to message anyone or receive messages in the directory. So, some people may just want to come and watch the sessions, or like you said, want to protect their privacy and don't want to, engage in that, which is totally fine. That's why we made it a opt-in or opt-out thing. But
good. Awesome.
Yeah.
And so circling back to the vendors, I know it's still open and people can register to become a vendor. How much does it cost to be a vendor?
Yeah, and we try to keep this pretty reasonable, as well as I know some online virtual platforms, I think, can be in like the hundreds for virtual vendor booths. So if you are just wanting to share resources, if you're, a social service organization that has handouts, flyers, brochures, information that you want to share to people, that is our resource vendor, and that's $55. And that's for, the entire 3-day conference. If you are selling products, you're going to have people go to your website, buy something. That is our retail vendors, and that's $75. So just a little change in that, because, you are making money from being a vendor at the conference. So there's just an additional $20 charge. So we try to keep it pretty reasonable. We do have several spots still available for our vendors. We do cap it at about 40. But like I said, I think we only have like a dozen or so far. So, we've still got, I think, applications close beginning of September. So like a month and a half left for people to apply. It's a great way to get your organization out there for people to learn about you. You also, on our virtual conference platform, you have this subscribe button in every vendor booth. So attendees can learn more about you, since there's no live chat option. If you want to learn more about that organization, you click subscribe. And then at the end of the conference, that vendor booth will be able to download all of the people who subscribe to their booth, their names and email addresses. So then they can reach out to those people and be like, hey, I saw you were interested. Like, do you want to learn more? Or here's, this handout for more information. So, you are also, as a vendor, getting something in return, hopefully, connecting with more people around the world who are interested in what you're doing.
Right. And we have at least 2,000 people, maybe even more this year, that will be coming to the conference. So when we talk about, $55, $75 for 3 days, that's potentially a lot of exposure that your organization could get. And, we struggle because we have to have a cost associated with the conference, but we don't want to price it so high that it becomes a problem for people to attend, but we want to be able to cover the costs and be able to continue to grow the conference. And so, for $225 for all 3 days and up to 12 continuing education units and access to 115 presentations, you're not going to find that. I'm sorry. Sometimes you have to tell people what the value is, but you are not, I promise you, not going to find that anywhere in the world, because we are the oldest and largest academic conference in this area on this topic.
Right.
So,
and if you think about, when you were just saying those numbers and like putting it into perspective, I'm like, yeah, if you actually do have the time to watch all 110 sessions, that's basically like $2 a webinar. If you pay the $225 for 100, 110, that is, I think, exactly like $2 for a webinar with like, a leading researcher in the field or somebody, a top legal professional. It's like, wow, like you can't get too much better than that. That's a pretty good deal.
Yeah. And I think, the goal really is to get you as educated and as skilled as possible, because the more skilled, the more educated you are, the better you're going to be able to serve this issue. And that's the whole goal. And I promise you, we're talking tech, or Anna's talking tech. I'm trying to follow, but there's a lot of technology talk sort of woven into our conversation here. But I promise you, it is easy to use. If I can use it and feel comfortable with it, you can use it and feel comfortable with it. It's not going to be a learning curve. You're going to get in, you're going to see easily what buttons to click, how to get involved. If you know Zoom, if you know how to use Zoom, you're going to be just fine. And if you don't know, Anna is going to tell you several times throughout the conference how to get your CEUs, how to get into your sessions. It's not going to be a mystery, and you can even get one-on-one attention if you need it, but I doubt you will need it. So, Anna, how do people get the CEUs anyway?
Yeah, it's a fairly easy process. So when you register, there's, a thing that you'll click that if you want continuing education credits, just so we know and can keep track when you're setting up your profile on our conference virtual platform, that's where you'll mark which continuing education credits you want, I will let you know. I put this on the website, but you can sign up for more than one. So I know more than one continuing education credit. I know specifically there's a lot of social workers who are also like chemical dependency therapists. So they'll use both for both of their licensures, and you are able to do that. So you can check off both. That's where you'll put in your license number too. So I have all that information on the back end. And then during the conference, when you're watching the sessions, at the end, we'll have a volunteer who reads off a 5-digit code. And you'll write that down just so we know you stayed till the very end of the session, so we can make sure you get all the credit, and we're doing what we need to do for the boards. And then you'll put that in the conference web app and complete a evaluation. And then that kind of all just gets stored in the online system. And then I'll email you your certificate probably about a month later, because you are able to earn CEs through that 3 weeks that you have access to the webinars. And again, I know, like Celia said, this does kind of sound like a lot of logistics, a lot of tech, but don't worry, I do take care of my attendees. I do these videos and documents ahead of time to show you step by step. I do screenshots, pictures, arrows, words, videos, like all of this. So depending on what type of learner you are, you can kind of know what you're doing ahead of time. And then I try to reinforce and re-explain it during the conference. But, as long as you know how to follow directions and look at pictures and know what to do, you will totally be fine. Even if you don't know how to use Zoom, I'll teach you everything you need to know and everything that goes into our conference web app, so you can have the best conference experience possible.
Absolutely. The only thing that will stop you, like if you don't know what a computer is, you probably will. But other than that, you should be good. And now, what if I'm in a different state? Does it matter? Like, I know the conference, like we're sitting in Ohio, but what if I'm in North Carolina? Like, can I get my continuing education?
So that's also a great question. Most of our continuing education credits are through the state of Ohio boards. I think there's a couple that are national, but most of them are through the state of Ohio. But I will let you know that if you reach out to your state's board, they usually have just a little extra process that you go through to either upload a certificate or upload something that shows that it was, approved by our state. So it, more than likely will be approved by your state. I haven't ever really had people have issues. I've, given out certificates for people in all different states. It's just something that you personally will need to look into and see if there's any special requirements that your state has.
Now, when we're talking about you're out of the country, then that's going to be a little more difficult. That's something that you're going to have to know what happens. And what about if I'm not coming from a particular profession where I need a CEU, but I still would like a certificate to put in my portfolio. Can I get one of those?
Yeah. And I know, some jobs require, if you're going to a conference, for a certificate that you attended. So we do offer a general certificate of attendance that, lists your name and how many hours you attended. So, that can be sent to you as well. If, you're in another country, you just want you need one for your job. You need one. Yeah. If you're a college student, you need one for your teacher. Or if you, like Celia said, just want to have one to show that you attended this conference. So we do offer the general certificates.
Well, and so this conference, with 115 sessions, we always say, various people can go to very different conferences in the same place. So we have, virtually you could see a survivor present throughout most of the 3 days. You might be a researcher and say, I want to go to all the research focused sessions. And you can become more skilled and educated in the areas that you're focused on in research. You could go, I want to learn all about the programming that's going on because I'm really interested in developing programming or, comparing what's going on around the world to what I'm doing in my program. You could go to those type of sessions. And then Anna, you have it split up in terms of beginners and advanced. Like, can you explain that too?
Yeah, so every session at the conference is designated by topics, kind of like Celia was saying, with the research, the direct service, programming, healthcare, legal, survivor. We have some art sessions. So all of them are designated by topic, but then they're also designated by knowledge levels. So we have beginner, intermediate, and advanced. So if you are brand new to this subject, don't really know much of anything, but want to learn more, you can go to the beginner sessions, and those are going to be more of your foundational level courses that, are kind of going to give a little background on what human trafficking is, and then have some more, basic understanding of things. But then, the intermediate ones are for people who do know, about the issue, but want to maybe learn something specific about this or deepen their knowledge about that. So, we already assume that you kind of know what human trafficking is, what, some of the statistics are. And then we have our advanced sessions, for people who've been in this work for decades. And, maybe those super specific presentations, like let's deep dive into this one subject, or let's look at this, intense research project that was done and see what this happened, or let's look what's happening in this one country around, across the globe and what's happening there. So yeah, people who kind of just want to deep dive more into something, maybe it's brand new information that just came out for those people in the advanced ones. And
that's what I love, because I have not been to another conference where there's something that I can learn. Like I don't want to go to another conference where this is human trafficking. Like, okay, I got that. Now I need someone to teach me so I can advance as well. So that's another thing I love about the conference. So the other thing that I want to talk about is the prizes. Because, we bring you celebrities, we bring you the latest research, the best programming going on, the survivors who want to share their story and tell them about our prizes.
We do prize giveaways as well, because, it can be boring to just sit at your chair watching a computer all day long. So we like to,
even for the best of us, it's
I know
hard.
It's hard. It is hard. So we try to break it up. We have, some morning, lunch, and afternoon sessions where Celia and I will come and talk. And during those, we have giveaway prizes that you can enter into a raffle, and we give away items. A lot of them come from our vendors. And so our vendors will donate items to be raffled off, whether that's books, jewelry, clothes, free membership to things. There's other ones too that I'm blanking on, but those are like the types of things that people can win. We also raffle off free tickets to the next year's conference. Free membership to different associations that we're involved in. So like you have the opportunity to walk away with some, with a pretty cool prize. And we do them each day of the conference. They're new prizes each day. And it's exciting thing. I think everybody loves, just the little like drum roll before but prize is announced, like, oh, is it going to be me? And it's
very cool. I mean, I'm giving away a couple of my books that I've written, my memoir. I'm giving away free entrance into Best Life prevention course. It's a $500 course.
Yeah. That's how much, Celia?
$499.
Right. Which you could get for free.
For free.
So if you register for the conference, that's $225, and then you win this thing, you're walking away with a profit because of the value of what you won. So I mean, like, sign up for a conference. It's a money making.
I'm saying, and there's more, because
there's more. Wait, there's more.
There's more. I'm going to give away.
Salesman, Celia. We'll make great salesmen.
Right. My case management course. So teaching people how to, from beginning engagement with survivors all the way through assessment, intervention, monitoring, evaluation, and eventually closing the case, all the way step by step, hand in hand. That course is valued at $549. If you win that, that's free. So all kinds of ways we are trying to help you become more skilled and connect you because Friday, we're going to be talking about how you can stay connected throughout the year to this issue. We want to be, hey, this is your family coming to you. We want to be your peeps. We want to be with you throughout the year, not just once a year. So we're going to be talking about that Friday. And then from now on until the conference, we're doing coming on every Wednesday, What's Up Wednesday. So can you tell them a little bit about that?
Yeah, so me and Celia go live on Facebook and LinkedIn every Wednesday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. We talk about the conference, the different topics you can hear about. It is live, so if you want to hear more of me and Celia just, bantering back and forth and talking about the conference and all the amazing things, join us. Yeah, we call it What's Up Wednesday, and Celia likes to do the what's up. That's what she thinks about.
And so it's at 2 p.m. Eastern time every Wednesday. Yep. Join us there. And if you're interested in coming to the conference and learning more about it, looking at the past presenters, current presenters, go to www.traffickingconference.com. And that's where you can find all the information and you can register there. Anything else that you want to say before we leave?
I don't think so. Most of the information that we talked about today can be found on that website. But if you do have any specific questions or want to email me, it's also similar to our website. So it's just traffickingconference@gmail.com. I'd be happy to answer anything that you have. And I'm just really excited, looking forward to the continued growth and continued connections that come from this year's conference.
Awesome. And we'll be back in the next couple of weeks because we want to talk to you about our youth summit that we also do in September. So till next time, the fight continues.
Let's not just do something, let's do the best thing. If you like this episode of Emancipation Nation, please subscribe and I'll send you the weekly podcast. Until then, the fight continues.